that would be a very eager and curious Alyssa Liliger. Hi, Alyssa. Lots of fun enrichment for you today. That is Alyssa Liliger here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Just let out of her holding yard to enjoy some scatter feeding, some enrichment. That is Supreme on top of this barrel here. There's lots of other Supreme gold mines around your habitat, Alyssa. But good morning. Happy Thursday. Keep thinking it's Wednesday because we had Monday off, but it's Thursday. Happy Thursday. We're mixing it up a bit today. We have a live post and Tammy's Wildcat wrap-up today. So double the cat content to enjoy. I know, Alyssa, I know. She says, I don't want to share. I don't want to share. You got to keep me on my toes because it's cold outside. We're following Alyssa around. I'll give you some space, but good afternoon to my East Coasters. I always like seeing who's on the East Coast. Marcy Sanborn, Lisa, Kendra. Nice of you all saying it's good to hear me. It's good to see you all. I know that Judson will be joining us very soon, but I'm very excited to be out here and enjoying some time with Alyssa, who we don't get to see all that often. Alyssa, Alyssa's on her own time. I think it's important to note the differences between all the cats' personalities here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and some cats are more eager to participate in certain types of husbandry than others, and Alyssa likes to hang out in her yard. She doesn't like to go inside as much as some other cats, so it's always a special treat when we get in her yard and give her some fun enrichment, which we have a lot of today. Like I said, Supreme on top of that barrel there. I see streamers. I know that we sprayed some scents, so lots for Alyssa to enjoy. Hello, Judson. Judson has joined us, and we'll see if Alyssa...
I have joined you. My word, Alyssa. We're watching some bobcats showing off their kind of gymnastic skills. I think this is a feat in its own right here from Liliger Alyssa. Hello, everyone. I was shuttling Kao Yang back and forth from the Welcome Center. She's just grabbing her camera. It's been great doing some documentation with... Olivia's looking at me like, my fingers are cold, please take the phone.
I know, that is exactly what I'm saying.
And that's exactly what I'll do here.
Judson did promise me that we kind of go back and forth, on these cold days, like who's going to hold the phone,
But here we are. Glad that Kao Yang and, as I was saying, Kao Yang and Victoria get to come down here and do some photography practice. You guys even get to maybe see some intern training here. Look at Alyssa go here.
I know. She came right out of the gate, Judson. She said, checked in with her caretakers, and then off to the races. She's been working on this barrel here. And it's a Supreme, which is very exciting. I think that I don't think she's been fed yet today, but she will receive a full meal, so rest assured that this is not all the food that Alyssa will be enjoying today. This is just some treats and fun on top of her regular scheduled meal time.
That's exactly right. And a cat like Alyssa, I think that she is, unique and maybe slightly particular in some of the types of enrichment that she enjoys. I can say, first and foremost, one of Alyssa's favorite forms of enrichment is probably neighbor Shazam. Shazam provides a lot of, not only social time for Alyssa, but as he kind of scoots around his yard, you'll see Alyssa taking interest in him. And just like we see Pandora, Simon, and Jeremy walk along their shared wall, you'll actually see the same thing between Shazam and Alyssa. They really do have a wonderful relationship.
Yeah, and I was kind of saying how Alyssa may be different than some other cats. Her husbandry works a little bit different. Alyssa's more keen on being out in her yard. I think it's those things like Shazam and whatnot that she enjoys being out here. So having her go into this new kind of shift yard, it's been a really great tool for her. That caretakers have adapted to make it easier to kind of go in that yard, place enrichment, and without stressing Alyssa out. So I like to see this kind of space in action.
Yeah, exactly that. She says, I'm coming in to show you my shift yard right now. And that's, obviously leads right into her indoor bedroom, something we've been talking a lot about here in the last few days. As Miss Daisy, it's been cold around here. And talk about cats who see their neighboring cats as forms of enrichment. Daisy Well, Daisy is a socialite and loves getting the attention of Miss Alyssa across the way. Let's see if we walk back out of this alleyway, if maybe Alyssa will join us back out, because I think she still has lots of scattered Supreme to enjoy.
I know, and scents and streamers. The interns are helping us place toys all over the habitat, so a little bit of a mix-up in the toy situation, too. I think there's lots for Alyssa to explore out here.
It's a little bit of a chilly one, folks, and a good morning to all. Lovely to see everyone kind of filing in here. Pandora P. Hey, Pandora. Barbara Stockley. Hey, Barbara. There's Marcy Sanborn. Linda Dessinger saying hi to myself and Olivia and the keyboard dancer. Well, you can say hi to Kelly and Victoria because they'll be dancing on the keyboard after today's live post, but we're still trying to get them crossed off on some photo deadline or photo training rather, and their training deadlines for safety and things like that.
This is a great opportunity too, Judson, with Enrichment Place. You know,
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of different views of Alyssa here, so that'll be exciting to have some new photos.
We
of
are.
her.
She'll come out and join us here in a moment,
For
I'm
sure.
sure. Adrian Schwartz saying, hi all. It's been a while since I caught a live post. We're glad to have you.
Good to have you,
Adrian, and I hope you're doing well. Out east, if I'm not mistaken. Alyssa, I think, is... Olivia, Alyssa did have her meal. She was given her meal in her shift, and so I see that she is kind of licking up some of the vestiges of her meal. Cats will be cats. Alyssa has all types of treats spread around her habitat, but she wants to come right back here to her shift yard and lick up some of the morsels that have gotten stuck to the fence here. But don't worry, Miss Alyssa, and don't worry, everyone. She makes full use of her spaces here. It's always worth a little chuckle to give ourselves when, well, Alyssa, you have the whole big wide habitat to enjoy, and she says, I want to come back here and enjoy this. And Daisy, as I mentioned, is a Alyssa fan, and then some. Alyssa super fan.
And I do think, Alyssa in particular, Judson, I do believe that she's laughing a bit internally. She likes to give the paparazzi a little bit of a run, too.
Yeah.
Play a bit coy. I feel like that's pretty... I've just seen Alyssa pretty intentionally, it feels sometimes, be beautifully placed in her habitat, sitting upright, looking gorgeous, and as soon as I put my camera up to that fence, she turns the other way. I think she gets a little bit of a kick out of it.
Other things on my agenda. Well, Alyssa's kind of sauntered back into her indoor bedroom. She's kind of checking things out there. As I always say, I love the cats kind of making a great example during these live posts. Though it may be, quote unquote, more entertaining if Alyssa stayed and hung out with us for the entire live, it still benefits the system that your support has set up for our rescues and us being able to show it off to you. How a cat like Alyssa gets to go in, gets to go out any time of day she wants, 24/7.
Exactly, and even with place enrichment, it's not like we're going to force her to be out here. She can go inside if she wants to, and so I do like seeing that demonstration. Alyssa will get to enjoy that enrichment, which is ultimately just for her, however she pleases.
Heidi Larkins, since we're coming up on a snow-loving tiger, Indy is right here around the corner. Heidi, you're asking how much snow have you gotten recently? And really not that much. We kind of had, a one dose of snow, probably about 4 to 6 inches. And then from there, maybe a few kind of flurries here and there where we scraped up half an inch there. So I'd probably say that there's, a healthy 6 inches or so on the ground. Really not that much snow, but for a snow-loving tiger like Indy, I think first and foremost, it's worth acknowledging that Indy here is a grass lover through and through. I think that's going to stand as her, favorite form of Mother Nature to rub and roll around in. But this Miss Tiger Indy has made quick work of her habitat since she's been able to get some tiger angels in and some scooting through the snow.
Yeah, lots of evidence around the habitat, Judson. I like that. Lots of not only paw prints, but big dents and kind of movement around in the snow.
And it's great to see Indy's got her serious face on. She's in tiger mode and predator mode, which is great to see from our rescued residents. She has got her eyes burned into Kaoyang and Victoria, which is just fine. That's one of the wonderful things. We mentioned Wild at Heart in so many facets, and for Indy to be able to feel like she can stalk and she can prey upon, and obviously we would never jeopardize ourselves and put ourselves in a vulnerable safety situation, but allowing her to do that safely within her habitat, I think that's pretty cool.
And kind of another like tiger characteristic here while we're talking about behavior, also biologically, Judson, that coat, she's laying down in the snow. That snow is very cold, and she's quite comfortable. So I think that's impressive to see too, her coat doing its job.
I miss Indy. She says, yeah, I've been getting used to all these people around here. We won't hang out too long.
Seeking another tiger laying in the snow. That's pretty, Daisy.
Heidi Larkin's asking, how old is Indy now? What's Indy's age, Olivia?
Indy is about 2.5. She'll be 3, I believe, in June-ish.
That's
maybe
correct,
a little earlier.
yes. Yeah. And look at that, about 115 people joining us today. Happy Thursday. Almost through the week, and we are so glad that you are here on a live post with us at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We are live, and we love taking your comments and questions during these live posts. Here during these lives are great times for you to learn about the Wildcat Sanctuary, what's happening here, how the people watching this post are already doing so much for the rescues here, and how you can, right alongside them, step up and be the change for the cats at the Wildcat Sanctuary here too. The Wildcat Sanctuary is a true rescue. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we act as a forever home for wildcats in need. Miss Daisy here is a great example of that. She was rescued from a roadside zoo. Miss Daisy could barely walk when we rescued her. She had an undiagnosed case of spinal meningitis. And well, if you've been watching this live post, you would have seen Daisy prancing around and being the electrified, energetic, and zesty tiger that we know. And that's thanks to the transformation that she made at the Wildcat Sanctuary, because what your support made possible. So a great little slice of life and a kind of bottling up of what happens here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, what your support makes possible, and to think that Daisy's story and Daisy's life is one of about 140 plus here at the Wildcat Sanctuary that you all have a direct impact on.
Yeah, Daisy. She says, look at me, I love being the
Yeah, she
center
says,
of
I got my
attention."
little island right here. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled, looking over at Alyssa's yard. She might have made her way back over there, so I want to go and check back in with her.
But good to stop in with
Hi,
her
Maria
neighbors.
Stahl. Marcy Sanborn asking, have we had a Judson snow angel yet this year? We got one on camera last year. We did, Marcy. I'm gonna wait to christen a fresh snowfall with the snow angel.
How's that? This is not the snow angel in.
I was gonna say, I even think I did a kind of a dramatic kind of trust fall into the snow as well. So I certainly will need to wait for a little bit more than 6-ish inches that we have. Kim K, Indy loves snow just like the grass. She does. I think we all, I think that moment has really imprinted itself in our mind. It was Indy coming home after that 30-hour rescue journey from Arizona. Boom, she gets led into her free-roaming habitat for the first time. And, understandably so, a lot of rescues are a little bit more slow and cautious to getting to know their new surroundings. But Indy, the young, vivacious, curious tiger she is and was, she went right to exploring and right to discovering that grass is about the coolest thing in the whole wide world. So that live post, that was the first moment that she'd ever entered a space that had grass, and to see her reaction to that was pretty darn special.
I will always remember that live post. I was not here, but I was watching it. Kind of like how all of you are watching this right now, and that just stays in my memory.
Oh my. Olivia, it's worth mentioning is we've pointed this out and made posts on it before, but Alyssa has something unique inside her bedroom. And we'll go walk over back to Miss Daisy here. Alyssa has something unique inside her bedroom. It's what's called a howdy door. And that howdy door is a used to be, I should say, a room-to-room guillotine. So you're familiar with our guillotine system, where it's just very, very simply that door that moves up and down vertically and is going to be able to allow us to shift the cats securely into one space or out of the other. So what used to be a room-to-room guillotine between what is Alyssa's bedroom and Shazam's bedroom. Well, it's now actually a window, essentially. We've made a really incredible kind of reinforced cattle panel window. And if you if you go and look, I think we might have to share a post on it, Olivia, where I'm driving at this point, is, oh, here comes Indy ready for her stalk, is I'm imagining Alyssa's having some social time with Shazam in her bedroom right now, and they're probably looking at each other right through that howdy door. So, again, I wanted to spend some time with Miss Alyssa, but hey, that's life.
I would think so. And Shazam probably all cuddled up in his little, it's kind of like a trough with hay in it, but his bed, maybe the TV's on too.
Exactly. I can only imagine that his TV's on. I'm just going through a few more comments as Indy once again is zeroed in on the interns behind me. We'll look over, we'll make a little hi to Daisy here, but admittedly, I might wave the white flag. It's kind of cold outside, but even though we're waving the white flag a little early here, Tammy is going to be live for her Wildcat wrap-up at 1 p.m. Hey, Miss Daisy.
Well, we got some tiger time, though.
I am, too.
Thursday tiger time.
Yeah, and it's good to see this pretty gal, too. Miss Daisy is certainly a resident that's near and dear to my heart, near and dear to many of your hearts, and great to see that life is still sweet for this pretty gal here. Kim K saying Alyssa and Shazam, well, they're watching TV. That's what I'm guessing, too.
Me too.
Just looking for a few more comments. Brandon Espinoza asking, what happens if you put your hand in there? Well, Brandon, I would not have a hand anymore. I would be a poor ambassador for the Wildcat Sanctuary, for we're a no-contact sanctuary. We're trying to right the wrongs of people thinking that it's okay to come into contact with a wildcat. So very simply, the answer to that is it would be a horrible outcome. And we have a great article on our website as to why we're a no-contact sanctuary, kind of talking obviously on the safety aspect of it, but also on how we are wanting to be a beacon for education and trying to, like I said, right the wrongs on what people think is a compassionate interaction with something as wild and dangerous as a tiger like Miss Daisy here.
Yeah, we'd never expect a tiger to not be a tiger, and it wouldn't be fair for Daisy to suffer consequences for what is simply instinct.
That's exactly right. Well, this is such a sweet moment with a pretty cow.
It is.
It is, Miss Daisy. Haven't had any chuffs, though. She says, well, I had my meal. I'm kind of nappy right now. I was running around with Alyssa. I'll tell you what, I bet the folks are loving this quiet moment with one of their favorite tigresses. You have those big tiger paws too, Miss Daisy. Look at that. Wowza. Torben saying, beautiful Daisy. Is she not, Torben?
You're so pretty.
Daisy said, quiet, please. She needs a nap, according to Sydney McGrady. Oh, you believe me, Sydney. She's going to have plenty of naps here. And I can only imagine one of them probably will be starting here. And I can see the onset of it happening. Yes. We're always kind of laughing when we see the cats in the middle of doing something, in the middle of a stalk, in the middle of playing, in the middle of kind of socializing with us. They kind of doze off. So I guarantee you there's going to be lots of napping. And sometimes the napping happens when you least expect it. But the feline gets the best of them. Cats will be cats. One final college try to see if Alyssa made her way out.
I've
But
been keeping an eye, and I do think that all of our suspicions are probably correct.
well, what we're going to do, Olivia, is after this live post, we're going to head inside and we're going to see and take a photo of her and Shazam hanging out with their howdy door. Since we got to mention that during the live. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. And we're so happy that you got to spend another live post with us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. The day is young in terms of live posts. With it being Thursday, you can expect Tammy's Wildcat wrap-up happening very soon, actually, at 1 p.m. Central Time today. Always a great wealth of information for sanctuary updates, cat moves, you name it. It's always great to hear from the founder and executive director herself in that weekly way. So until later today on Tammy's Wildcat Wrap-Up, have an excellent afternoon, and we will see you soon, everyone.